Welcome back to High Stakes. Today, we will be discussing the following NCAAF matches that is happening on Friday, October 20th, 2023. We will be providing our team, total, and prop picks for the day. Before we get started, please remember to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. If you want access to our premium picks, you can check out our Patreon page. You can find the link to our Patreon page in the description and comment section below. SMU versus Temple. SMU has a 4-2 record overall and a 2-0 record in the American Conference. Their only two losses came on the road against TCU and number 18 Oklahoma, which are not bad losses at all. They have beat up on their conference to this point with good wins against Charlotte and East Carolina and will look to continue that dominance this game. Their quarterback Preston Stone has been impressive as of late, throwing for over 250 yards and 3 touchdowns last game, with all of their receivers getting their fair share, particularly Jordan Curley, who leads the team in receiving yards thus far. The run game has sputtered a bit with them only totaling 58 yards on the ground last game, but the passing game has picked up the slack. SMU's defense has been their most impressive feature thus far, with the team ranking highly in a majority of defensive categories, allowing an average of just 17 points per game. Expect the Mustangs to keep the ball rolling as they enter this game as 19.5-point favorites. The Mustangs are nearly 3 touchdown favorites for their upcoming game on the road against Temple. It is worth noting that SMU does not have any real injury concerns and will be at full strength this game. For them to win this game and cover their spread, there are a couple of key matchups that they need to exploit. Temple is allowing nearly 450 total offensive yards to their opponent, nearly split in half between passing and rushing. The passing game will be there, but it is in their best interest to get the run established early. Doing so will allow them to open up the passing game and steadily move the ball as they run up the score. On the defensive end, they need to do almost the opposite. Temple is averaging about 270 passing yards per game, but just 112 rushing yards. Taking away the run game will make their offense one-dimensional and force them to play into the hands of SMU's stout pass rush and solid pass coverage. If they can keep Temple behind the sticks and force third and longs, they should easily win this game and cover their spread. I have a few reasons for favoring the SMU Mustangs to cover the spread in this game. Initially, the spread opened at 18 points and has since shifted to 19.5, indicating strong support for SMU. In simple terms, this matchup is lopsided, with one team hitting their stride while the other struggles to even take the field. Anticipate a high-scoring performance from the Mustangs in this game because Temple's defense has been giving up nearly 450 total offensive yards and over 35 points per game on average. SMU has managed to score 30 or more points in 5 out of their 6 games, and their passing game is currently in excellent form. It's highly likely they'll have a breakout performance in this matchup. On the flip side, it's easy to overlook that SMU boasts one of the best defenses this season from a statistical standpoint, limiting opponents to an average of just 17 points per game. Their effective pass rush and downfield coverage have been evident early in the season, and this will pose significant challenges for a struggling Temple offense, particularly with their starting quarterback, E.J. Warner, being questionable for the game. Looking at the historical trends, Temple has failed to cover the spread in 5 of their first 6 games, further boosting my confidence in predicting that SMU will cover the spread in this game. The spread for the SMU Mustangs in this game is minus 19.5 points. Temple has had a rough start to conference play with a 2-5 record overall and a 0-3 record in the American Conference. They have been handed a string of not close losses where their opponents are averaging nearly 45 points per game and have 2 tough games ahead against SMU and Navy. The defense has obviously been the problem as of late, with the team dropping their most recent game 45-14 and allowing North Texas to rack up over 500 yards of total offense. What has made these losses even more problematic is the fact that the offense has not been able to compensate and has had little success through the air. Their quarterback Quincy Patterson threw for just 105 yards last game, averaging just 3.5 yards per catch, going 12/30ths with 3 interceptions and no touchdowns. Turnovers have killed them on offense, and they have to do a better job of controlling the rock if they want to compete moving forward, especially against 2 teams that do not turn the ball over often. The Owls enter their upcoming game at home against SMU as 19.5-point underdogs, considering their recent string of losses. It is important to note that their starting quarterback E.J. Warner is questionable for this game with an undisclosed injury, along with a couple of backups on both offense and defense. For them to cover their spread and possibly win this game, a lot of things have to go right on both sides of the ball. It starts with the defense, which has been paper-thin as of late. They simply have to find a way to get off the field. Teams have been constantly moving the sticks and racking up points as of late, so they have to find a way to force punts or turnovers. Take away the downfield passing to the best of their ability and force teams to run the ball consistently. This will help them limit the score and keep games within a possession or two. On offense, they have to get some production going through the air. Having your quarterback throw for just over 100 yards and 3 touchdowns is unacceptable, especially against a team of this caliber. If they can't get the run or pass game going against an above-average SMU defense, it will be a very long game. Taking the under in this game for a couple of reasons. The line opened up at 57.5 and has since moved down to 56.5, indicating sharp action on the under. SMU will dictate the pace and overall scoring of this game, and with them having gone under in 5 of their first 6 games, it is very likely this game will go under as well, as the Sharps seem to believe. The key matchup for this under is SMU's stout defense against Temple's struggling offense. SMU is holding teams to just 17 points per game and have faced much more capable offenses, while the Owls have struggled to score as of late, causing their past 4 losses. Expect SMU's defense to smother Temple with their pass rush and downfield coverage, taking advantage of a weaker passing attack with a quarterback that threw for just over 100 yards and 3 interceptions last game. On the other end, SMU's offense will likely score at will, but they have been a steady 30-point team throughout the season. Even with them scoring in the 30s, I still see this game going under. They will likely be playing with a lead for a majority of the game and working in the run game to chew some clock and move the sticks. We should see plenty of long and time-consuming drives from them, resulting in an overall lower score. For these reasons, I am confident in taking the under in this game. Our total pick is under 56.5. We appreciate you tuning into this video. Please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated with our future content. Best of luck!